Welcome to Eleanor Dawn Makeup. Today I'm going to take you through a daily flawless face tip. And today we're going to be going through foundation basics. So everything you need to know to get your foundation right and ready to go when you walk out the door. Now to start our foundation basics look, we're going to start with foundation. Today I'm using a MAC foundation and it's a liquid base. To use my foundation, to apply it, I'm going to use a flat foundation brush. You want to make sure you have the right colour of foundation. To check this, the foundation and just brush it along the side of your cheek. If it seems to blend in, then you know you've got the right shade and you can purchase it. Now to apply your foundation, if you're applying it on yourself, you can use your finger and just make little dots across your cheekbones, on your chin, around your nose, and across your forehead. Now if you're applying makeup on other people, I suggest you putting your foundation onto a palette and then dabbing your brush onto the palette, then onto the skin. But if you are using your own personal foundation only on yourself, then you can use this technique. Now let's get our flat foundation brush and just start with your cheek and just gently blend in little strokes forward around your face. Now you really want to try and blend in that foundation right into your skin, so it's really a second skin. And really get in there, blend underneath your nose and right up to underneath your eye. Now you want to make sure as you're getting lower towards your chin that you're also blending in right into the jawline. Now if you've chosen the correct colour foundation, there shouldn't be any marks or any different colour. So really make sure you blend in when you're doing this. And blend in on your nose and just everywhere, even in the inner corners of your eye and underneath your eyebrows. And again, I'm just blending right into my forehead, getting right in there. Now we'll go to the other side of the face and do the same thing, just little strokes starting from your cheekbone, inwards towards your nose, underneath your nostrils, and getting right in there underneath the eye and all around there. Now just take a step back and have a look and make sure you've blended everything in. And already you can see that my face, my skin tone looks a little bit more even, and that's a great base to start your next step, which is concealer. So now that we've got the foundation done, our next step is to go in and apply a concealer. So first I'm going to take a look and I'm going to conceal the underneath eye area, as I have a few little darker purple bags underneath there. So to conceal that, I'm going to use a matte concealer which is lightweight, and the colour of it has an orange yellow base to it, which is going to help counteract the purple and cover that up. So to start with, I'm just going to pop concealer in little dots underneath my eye like so. Really covering those bits that are a little bit darker, but also going out to the outer corner under my eye, as we'll be blending that in too. I'm actually going to go right up to underneath my lash line as well, as we'll be blending the concealer into there. So now that we've dotted on our concealer, I'm just going to grab my finger and I'm just going to blend that concealer in gently underneath my eye. If you are going to be using makeup on other people, then I'd suggest using a concealer brush. And I'm really going to blend in there, right into the inner corner of my eye, and until it's all blended in. So already you can see it's got a lift, so we'll do the other eye. So again, just starting at the corner, with your finger, just blend right in there. So already I can see a lift, and I don't have those dark circles underneath my eye. So we've done the under eye area. Now we need to conceal just the other little imperfections around the rest of your face. So to conceal those other areas of my face, I've got a different concealer. It's a matte concealer. It's a Studio and it's just a bit thicker. Now the colour of this concealer matches pretty much perfectly with my foundation colour. Now to use this concealer, I'm actually going to use a concealer brush. So what I do is just dig a little bit of concealer out with the bottom of my brush and pop it onto my hand like so, and then we're going to use that as a palette to blend in. So I like to start with the underneath of my nose, just underneath the nostrils, because usually there's a bit of redness there. So what I'm going to do is just grab my brush and just blend in underneath my nose, just to cover any extra redness that I can see. And I'm doing little soft strokes like so, just to make sure I really blend it in. Again, you don't want it to feel like it's caked on top of your skin. You really want to feel like it's blended into your skin, because that's going to create the best cover. Now I can grab a little bit of concealer and just go over my nose. I'm also going to go over just a few areas which have got a few imperfections. And I'm also going to go just underneath my lips and my chin, and just in the outer corner of my mouth. Now if you have some red blemishes, what I suggest using is a green coloured concealer to start with after your foundation, as green counteracts red, so that's going to neutralise that area of your face and the redness. Then you can go over with a concealer that matches your foundation colour on top of it, just to even it all out. So now that we've got our foundation down and both of our concealers, we want to set this look to make sure it stays on. So what we're going to do is use a powder to set that. I'm using a MAC translucent powder, and now it looks like it's white on the case, but it's actually clear, so it's translucent. So it's not going to add any extra colour onto the face. Because we've got such great coverage with the foundation, we don't need to add any extra colour on top. We just want to seal the foundation and get rid of any of the extra shine. So I'm going to use my translucent powder, and I'm going to use a thick powder brush. So I'm just going to take a few swirls into the palette, brush off the extra powder, and just lightly blend across the face. And really get in there. You really want to do little strokes but blend it in at the same time, so you're not brushing it off, you're blending inwards. And just dab into the palette when you need to, just to reapply. And you can go all around your neck as well, just to make sure that any extra foundation is really blended in. Now for that under eye area, you can use a separate brush which is a bit smaller, but if you're in a rush like I am a lot of the time, just simply divide your shadow brush into half, pop a bit of powder onto there, and then just gently go in underneath the eye to press that powder in underneath where we did our concealer. And just do a quick once over. And as you can see, the shine's gone, but that colour has remained the same. So there you have it. That's our step for a flawless foundation base. Now just to recap, I've used a liquid foundation, teamed with a foundation brush. Then I've gone in under my eye and used an under eye concealer, which I've blended in with my fingertips. Then I've gone in with a thicker concealer which matches my foundation colour, and I've used a concealer brush to blend this in. Then after I'm happy with my base, I've just gone in with a translucent powder with a powder brush to blend that all in and get rid of the shine.